Does the Interstate Compact on the placement of children apply when an out-of-state non-custodial parent is looking to adopt? To find out, you have to read DL versus SB. It's only 11 pages. Don't have time for that? I got you covered. This is TLDR, Too Long Didn't Read, Court of Appeals decisions in 5 minutes or less. On the case of DL versus SB, which can be found at 2022 New York Slip Opinion 05940, published by the Court of Appeals on October 25th, 2022. This is a family court type of case, family law. The issue here is, does the ICPC, the Interstate Compact on the Placement of Children, apply when a non-custodial parent outside of New York is looking to become the custodial parent of a child in New York? And the Court of Appeals says it does not. To understand this case, you have to understand that the ICPC, the Interstate Compact on the Placement of Children, is not a federal law. It's a state law. It's like a treaty amongst the states, where all 50 states plus Washington, D.C. and the U.S. Virgin Islands have agreed to comply with this compact and its provisions. And it's designed to ensure that the state agencies that are involved in foster care and adoption utilize the same kind of systems when going over state lines. The Court of Appeals makes note that it's designed to prevent states from dumping their foster care obligations on other states. Now, the important language that's relevant to this case is the language that says it applies when a state agency seeks to send children to a receiving state to be placed in foster care or for possible adoption. There's some dispute amongst the different appellate division departments in New York State about whether the ICPC applies when a non-custodial parent is looking to be involved. The second department says it does apply. It does apply, and the first and third department says it does not apply. Enter this case. The facts here are: the petitioner father is in North Carolina, and the mother is in Suffolk County, New York, along with the child. And in 2012, DSS removes the child for neglect from the mom. And the mother admits to neglect. The child's placed in foster care. The father comes from North Carolina and says, I want to be the custodial parent. The judge in family court utilizes ICPC and asks North Carolina to conduct an investigation of whether the proposed placement would be suitable. North Carolina sends back a report, says it's not suitable. The judge does not grant custody. The child stays in New York with a goal of reunification with mom. In 2017, the father comes back, refiles an application for custody, and the judge says, no, we've already gone over this, denied, without a hearing. He appeals, the appellate division goes to the Court of Appeals, and they say the judge was wrong. The Court of Appeals says that the court has to give effect to the clear statutory language when it's clear and unambiguous. And in this case, the language says it applies when a state agency is looking for placement to foster care or possible adoption. And foster care and possible adoption are different. Those are substitutes for parental care. So a non-custodial parent looking to become the custodial parent is not the same as foster care or possible adoption. And therefore, the ICPC does not apply, says the Court of Appeals. Now, the Court of Appeals notes that this is taking away some of the investigative powers that family court has been using, in the second department at least. And they note that there are other ways the family court can be assured that the child is going to be safe. They say that family court can hold hearings. They can request courtesy investigations be conducted by the outside state. They can release the child with supervision. They can issue a temporary order of custody requiring continued jurisdiction by the court and home visits by DSS. Now, whether DSS is going to fly to Hawaii to conduct a home visit or to Alaska to see if it's a proper placement remains to be seen. But that's the case from the Court of Appeals. Too Long Didn't Read, 5 minutes or less. Have a good day. If you like what you just saw and want to see more just like it, please hit like or subscribe to let me know.